Hello everyone, welcome to MVP Vishwakosha. Today we are discussing 19 to 21 October 2025 current affairs. In that first point, that is about recent RBI gold reserve milestone. According to RBI's latest weekly foreign exchange reserve data, India gold holdings reached about USD 100 billion. So here, meanwhile, India's total foreign exchange reserve were around the dollar, US dollar 697.784 billion in that week. And also the share of gold in India's total revenue rose about 14.7%, which is the highest since around 1996 to 97. And also the large rise in value of gold holding was not primarily because of large new purchase of gold by RBI this year. The central bank bought only about 4 tons from January to September 2025 compared to 50 tons during the same period in 2024. So the increase is largely valuation grain driven. That is existing gold holdings becoming more valuable. Okay, because global gold price surged by about 65% in 2025 rather than through massive fresh accumulation. Okay, that is important point. Okay, so that is about recent that is RBI gold revenue that is reached more than that is USD 100 billion for the first time. Next point that is about recent defense news on the NAG MK2 missile test. So here the Jorwar light tank, an indigenous Indian light tank, successfully fired the NAG MK2 missile in top attack mode, meeting range, accuracy and maneuverability objectives. And also the test was carried out by the Defense Research and Development Organization in conjunction with the industrial partner LNT. And also the NAG MK2 is a third generation fire and forget anti-tank guided missile and also capable of top attack, okay, and as well as direct attacks. And also the achievement is part of India's push for Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat in defense manufacturing. And also the platform, that is Jorwar plus NAG MK2, is optimized for high altitude difficult terrain and where heavier tanks may have limitation. So the NAG missile is developed by DRDO and others. The original NAG has been in service. NAG MK2 is that upgraded version with better range and accuracy and top attack capability. And also top attack mode means the missile approaches a target from above as opposed to head on. And this is significant because of modern tanks have heavy armor in front on front of side by relatively more vulnerable from above. So that is about recent news. That is about NAG MK2 test. Okay. Next news that is about recent global multidimensional poverty index or global poverty update 2025. Here the global multidimensional poverty index is a measure of poverty that goes beyond income or consumption alone to capture deprivation in multiple dimensions such as health, education, and living standards. And also it uses indicators like nutrition, child mortality, years of schooling, school attendance, cooking fuel, sanitation, drinking water, electricity, housing, assets, and some national version bank account and maternal health also use it. Okay, so here the global multidimensional poverty index that report 2024 covered 112 countries covering data for around 1.1 billion people in multidimensional poverty. And also the multidimensional poverty index uses a data that dual cut of method, okay, head count plus intensity, so that it shows both how many are poor and how many depriving, and so on average they face technical worth knowing. Okay, very important. Okay, so that is according to the 2024 that 20 global multi that is 2024-25 poverty index report, about 1.1 billion people across 112 countries live in accurate multidimensional poverty. And also about 584 millions are children under age 18, and also 415 million people in multidimensional poverty live in countries exposed to violent conflict. And also in India, data shows a multidimensional poverty has declined from roughly 29.17% in 2013-14 to that is about 11.28% in 2022-23. So another figure that MPI for India dropped about 53.8% in 2005-6 to 16.4% by 2019-20 21 and further about 15.5% in 22-23. So because here the what changed that measurement, that World Bank in June 2025 updated the global international poverty line from USD $2.15 per day in 2017 PPP to USD $3.00 per day. Okay, 2021 PPP, that purchasing power parity for extreme poverty in developing countries, and also this adjustment affects comparison trends and is important when interpreting poverty reduction claims. Okay, so very important, that's 2025 multidimensional poverty index. Okay, that about poverty index in the world. Okay, next news, that is about recent, that is India Egypt engagement. That is Prime Minister Narendra Modi met Egypt's Foreign Minister Badr Abdelatty in New Delhi. So during the meeting, PM Modi conveyed a deep appreciation to Egypt President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi for Egypt's crucial role in Gaza peace and also efforts. And also the meeting occurred in context of Egypt's Foreign Minister being on visit to India, during which the first India Egypt strategic dialogue was held, and also key areas of discussion progress in strategic partnership between India and Egypt, and also the cross trade, technology, energy, defense, connectivity, people to people ties. And also Egypt signaled interest in Indian investment in Suez Canal, Red Sea region, infrastructure, connectivity corridors, and bolstering bilateral trade to a target of USD 12 billion over the next 5 years. And also the meeting also touched upon regional and global issues, West Asia connectivity projects such as transit corridors, reform of global institutions. Very important that strategically India-Egypt strategic partnership, regional stability and West Asia connectivity and infrastructure, defense and technology and energy cooperation, global south and multilateral influence, all that perspective, it is very, very important. So that's about recent India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Egypt Foreign Minister Badr Abdelatty this meeting. Next point, that is about recent on news of BrahMos supersonic cruise missile test. Okay, and its range extended. India is set to induct an extended range BrahMos missile with a range of 800 km in about 2 years, and also the tests are underway for the 800 km variant of BrahMos, and also the upgraded include modifications such as a new ramjet engine improved, and also navigation improved in INS, GNSS systems with the readiness targeted by end of 2027, and also the existing BrahMos missile, that example has shorter range because 350 to 450 kilometer or okay, and also depending upon the version. So here the defense minister marked that every inch of Pakistan territory is now within the range of India's BrahMos missile. That's signaling operational capability and deterrence posture, and also the new production and manufacturing units for BrahMos missile in Lucknow, that is Uttar Pradesh, was flagged off, highlighting indigenous manufacturing under the Make in India initiative. And also the BrahMos missile, supersonic cruise missile, developed jointly by the Russian and Indian collaboration, right? BrahMos, that is aerospace capable of being launched from land, sea, and subsea and air platforms, and also that high speed supersonic, and also it is a lower vulnerable to interception compared to subsonic cruise missiles, ability to strike surface targets with the precision, and also range evaluation. Earlier version had shorter ranges, that is 290 km, etc., and also extended to 350 km and more. And currently the range being pushed to 800 km in the next variant, and also the platform integration missile is being integrated in multiple platforms, that is army launchers, Navy ships, air launched from fighter aircraft, which increases versatility, and also the upgrade to 800 km involves modified ramjet engines, very important, and enhanced navigation targeting system to maintain accuracy and resistance to jamming. Very important strategically, that deterrence and reach, regional security dynamics, platform flexibility, indigenous capability and manufacturing technology, and all that perspective, it is very, very important. Okay, so that is about recent BrahMos supersonic cruise missile test, and its extended that range, that is 800 kilometer range. Okay, next news, that is about We Rise, that is Women Enterprise Reimaging Inclusive and Sustainable Enterprise Initiative by NITI Aayog, important for exam perspective. So here that initiative We Rise, that is Women Entrepreneurship Reimagining Inclusive and Sustainable Enterprise, is a jointly launched by NITI Aayog and Women Entrepreneurship Platform and DP World, a global logistic and supply chain company. And also it is a part of that is a WP's award reward, that is award to reward ATR framework, and also main aim to identify and support 100 high growth women led MSME, micro, small and medium enterprise in India, make them export ready and connect them to global market trade corridors. Very important. And also that mentorship and capability and all that perspective, it is very very important. And global market as a selected women-led business will get opportunity to showcase our products at Bharat in Dubai's Jubilee Free Zone, okay, via DP World Network. Very important that strategically women's economic empowerment inclusion, MSME sector and export diversification, public-private partnership model ecosystem building, alignment with national policy, global agenda, all that perspective, it is very very important. So that is about recent BRISE, Women Enterprise Reimagining Inclusive and Sustainable Enterprise Partner with NITI, Women Entrepreneurship Platform plus DP World. Next news, that is about Indian Air Force training cadet of that to Royal Air Force of the UK. Here what happened that Indian Air Force will for the first time providing flying instructor to that is RAF cadets. The training to begin in October 2026 at Rafa Valley, okay, in UK, where Rafa fast jet training happens. At least two IAF instructor will be embedded for more than 3 years as part of arrangement, and also the IAF instructors will first undergo about 1 year of familiarization training on RAF aircraft procedures before beginning to instruct. And also the salaries of IAF instructor will be borne by India, where the UK Ministry of Defence will provide housing and support logistics from them. And also the move is part of wider India-UK defence cooperation framework, including training, logistic, joint exercises, and deeper military ties. Strategically important that symbolic reversal shift in roles, deepening India-UK military partnership capability and manpower dimension, geopolitical, global outreach, operational and doctrinal exchange, all that perspective, it is very, very important. Okay, so that is about recent IAF instructor will train RAF cadets in the UK. Next news, that is about the recent that Food Safety and Standard Authority of India ordered banning the use of the term that is ORS on food and beverage product. Here that FSSAI issued a directive requiring all food business operators to immediately remove the term ORS, oral rehydration solution or salt from the names, labels, packing and advertisement of food or beverage products. And also the directive applies whether ORS is used in the standalone term with an prefix or suffix as part of a trademark or brand name. FSSAI withdraw earlier notification July 2022 and February 2024 that had permitted some uses of ORS with disclaimers. The move was taken because of FSSAI found that use of ORS is a non-medical food beverage product was misleading, giving the impression of a therapeutic benefit. Okay, while the product did not meet the standards of a medical oral rehydration solution, and also under the Food Safety and Standard Act 2006, such misleading use of labeling, branding may be considering misbranding and misleading advertisements. And also the FSSAI has directed state or union territory and the licensing authority to enforce the removal. Very important, because the oral rehydration solution ORS is a simple medical formulation specified by the World Health Organization for treating dehydration due to diarrhea, especially in children. It consists of precise balance of glucose, salt and water and is considered therapeutic solution, not just a drink. Over the years, some companies have marketed beverages, electrolyte drinks or rehydration drinks that use ORS and ORS-like names, even though they do not confirm the therapeutic formulation or medical standards. Okay. So that's why FSSAI's intervention is aimed to protecting the consumers, especially vulnerable groups, that is children, persons with diarrhea or dehydration, from being misled by branding that suggestion medical rehydration benefit that the product may not provide. Okay, very important, all that perspective. That is about recent that ORS oral rehydration solution salt used in food and beverages. Okay, that is order. That is FSSAI's order. Next point, that's about recent. That is Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations (FAO) and India celebrating 80 years of their partnership on the occasion of World Food Day 2025. Here, during the World Food Day 2025, India and FAO marked 80th anniversary of their partnership. India is a founding member of FAO, established in 1945 and was worked with FAO since its inception. The theme of the World Food Day 2025, that is hand in hand for better food and better future. During the event, India's Agriculture Secretary that is Dr. Devesh Chaturvedi, noted that India's journey from food deficient to beginning at the dawn of independence to a food surplus nation feeding 1.4 billion people. And also the event also included the release of Coffee Table by a book by FAO titled Sowing Hope, Harvesting Success, to reflect the 8 decades of India FAO collaboration. And also very important that FAO was established on 16 October 1945 to lead international effort to defeat hunger and improve food and agriculture. And also India, despite having less than 4% of world's freshwater resource and about 146 million small and marginal farmer holding, and has achieved remarkable progress in food security, which has been supported by technical policy and advisory collaboration with FAO. And also this 80-year mark is symbolic. It escapulates how long-term international partnership can support national development in agriculture, food security, and allied sector. All that perspective to strategical and development significance, it is very, very important. Okay. So that is about recent 80 years of partnership between India and FAO, and commemorate during the World Food Day 2025. Next news, that is about last news, that is about Bathou religion Bodo community in Assam. Okay, so here that Bodo community in Assam has been granted a separate code in the next census of India. So here the Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India, has approved the Bathou religion will have a separate code in the upcoming census of India. And also this recognition means that followers of Bodo in Assam will for the first time will be able to record their religion as Bathou or a distinct code rather than being lumped under Hinduism or other religions. And also this is seen as a significant milestone for the Bodo community, especially from the Bodoland territorial region in Assam, as it is formally recognized their indigenous faith. And also that is Bathouism, also called Bathou, is a traditional folk region of the Bodo people of Assam and parts of neighboring areas. And the word Ba means five, and Do means deep and powerful thought principle. In Bodo language, the religion center around the worship of the 5 elements, that is air, bar, earth, ha, fire or water, Devi, and sky, ether, that Okorong. Okay, so these 5 elements. And also the supreme deity is known as Bathuvari, Bavari Bathau. In tradition, the religion also often uses Sijovo tree, okay, as a sacred symbol of altar. And also historical followers of Bathouism is a census have been counted as Hindu or other because there were no separate religion code for them. For instance, in 2011 census data for Udalgiri district, Bathou was very influenced under this. So for that perspective, is very important. Cultural identity and recognizes data policy and development implication. All that perspective is very, very important. Okay. So that is about recent that Bathouism of the Bodo community. Okay, they are given that separate in the election separate census in election code. Okay, so that's about 19 to 21 October 2025 current affairs. Thank you. Support me for further videos so that I can analyze all the topics required for UPS and all competitive exams. Thank you.